Alright, I think I'm running out of space on this thing, so this will probably cut out at some point. So they just met up with the new and improved Pichu. Nice to meet you, Pichu happily said. That sickening cuteness of his made made Chris blush subtly. I'm Pichu. I'm a Pokemon. I'm also a fighter, and don't be so hard on me, okay? He pleaded. I'm trying to gain more courage fighting everyone here. Well, that's two of us then, Chris admitted, sighing. It must be hard to develop that courage. You understand me? Wow! Next to Luigi, no one else knows how I feel. I feel like we're gonna be best friends, Pichu said, melting Chris's heart. He did manage to work up the courage to ask about the intimidating creature behind Chris, but not to Lucario himself, despite the crimson stare burning his skin. Who is that behind you? Lucario! Lucario's deep voice answered before Chris could, terrifying Pichu and shaking his frail body to the core. Chris shot Lucario a hard stare, staggering his guardian into saying something nice. Nice to meet you, Pichu. I'm also a Pokemon just like you. Really? Oh gosh, he's like a second Mewtwo, but a little bit nicer, Pichu asked, smile and right eye twitching in discomfort. That's rad. You'll fit in with all of us here. Can't wait to see how you fight. Eep! He turned around the moment Lucario flashed a smile, thirsty for battle, but Chris smacked his snout in a scolding manner. He's kind of beating Lucario in a way, really. He seems to hit him every time he does something wrong, you know? It's like a fucking abusive relationship. He stopped smiling, Chris flatly said. What? Pichu turned back around and sighed loudly. Thank you. I mean, sorry. I think I'm going to quite enjoy this. He apologized, his head bowing down and his large ears drooping. I'm a little out of it today. Forgive me for saying rash stuff without meaning to. I'm sure Lucario forgives you for that, and wouldn't try to say no to me, Chris said, with Lucario sighing in the background. Ellipsis. Pichu tilted his head. Are you his Pokemon trainer or something? He looks like he listens to you. Yeah, or he fucking pays the price. As a matter of fact, yes, Chris said. You're safe with him as long as I say so. As long as I say so. He won't try to hurt you or anything, right, Lucario? Yes, Chris, Lucario said. Wow, I always thought it was weird we didn't have a Pokemon trainer like you in these tourneys, Pichu said with interest, not knowing Chris was the second trainer, not worthy of taking that honor before the first one. Why are you dressed like Ness? Long story, Chris muttered. What? You'll see why later. Bottom line, I'm not a normal Pokemon trainer. I'm also supposed to duke it out on my own like you two. Pichu crossed his arms and... Like you too, sorry. Pichu crossed his arms like the band. Haha, that was a really, really great joke. Me. Pichu crossed his arms in thought and mumbled. You gonna toss pebbles and bait at us? He wondered. No, I'll never do that kind of thing. Oh, strange. I don't know a trainer that can fight by himself. This is a new idea. He nodded at Chris. Oh well, welcome. I hope you have fun around. Be careful not to mess with some people here. They're pretty scary when they're angry. He gulped just thinking about the scary people, which were a lot considering many were taller than he was. He sounds like a mixture between a New York gangster and a pirate. Fucking Barbossa or something. I'll take that in mind, thanks, Chris thanked. I'll take that in mind, thanks, Chris thanked. That's like Twilight level writing. So far, he was doing great. He had become friends with the Ice Climbers and Pichu, although Pichu's short introduction seemed like it was tighter than the other kids because of how innocent he looked. Surely he didn't hide a dark side, Chris thought. The little rodent was a curious little creature he couldn't stop staring at. The teen didn't want to reveal how he had a weak spot for all things adorable, and Pichu fell into that category. Not that Chris was easily appeased by adorable creatures, however. He had a personal filter for things that were made extremely cutesy that wouldn't freeze him at all. He would instead not see the point of such beings even existing. What the fuck? That urge to hold Pichu was in the way of his train of thoughts. Oh, how he wished Lucario had been a Riolu instead. Chris, Lucario startled his trainer from his trance. Oh, sorry. Oh, I was lost in thoughts, Chris said.
And they seemed like they were erupting with happiness. Not that I can complain. You do need to be happy,
he said, smiling. The kids were busy catching up with Pichu without ever knowing they had met for a second time before already.
I'm sorry for looking a bit distant to them. I forgot doing that only made you worry. I can't have that if it means you won't be happy.
Oh, Lucario, you shouldn't worry too much about it, the teen said. It's good. I got to see who you don't like unless they offer you a good fight, which is kind of an issue, because I worry you're going to be with the wrong crowd. But we'll see where we go from here, okay? It's a rough start, but it's getting easier for me.
That's because the people we have here are more docile than the rest,
Lucario pointed out. Yeah, but it's progress. That's what I mean, Chris said. No later than that was sorry. No later than that was said, Master Hand came into view from the lobby and greeted his meagre amount of fighters in the kitchen. He hid a sob and spoke. Good morning, you all. I already said good morning to the ice climbers, but I wanted to be formal with everyone here reunited, he said. I bet you're all excited to start a day of work now that everyone is here. Popo, Nana, and Pichu exchanged glances and barely could tell Chris and Lucario didn't do the same. We're kind of missing, a lot of people to start tourneys, don't you think? Popo asked. Are we VIPs this time and we get to participate in private tourneys? Oh, nothing of the sort. No, I was trying to speak somewhere between Master Hand and the Ice Climbers there. It didn't work out. Oh, nothing of the sort, the Hand said. I had called the Ice Climbers for an emergency backup operation not related to the tourneys I had planned. Things have changed for the worst, I'm afraid. Your lives will forever change to what is to come ahead of us. The children were a little terrified to hear such news, though a part of them thought the Hand was merely trying to make an impression of how the tourneys would be like. You've never said something like that before. What are you up to? Believe me, this does not concern the tourneys, but the world's out there, the leader said. Surely it should be this does not. I don't know. Whatever, it's just... I shouldn't be so harsh on him, it's... I'm beginning to suspect English is not Orochannel or Chris's first language. Believe me, this does not concern the tourneys, but the world's out there, the leader said. Yeah, I'm only beginning to suspect it now, because I'm stupid. They are all in danger, and we must respond to this call. We are the only ones with the means to defeat this threat. Hold on! This is going too fast, Pichu said with concern. What threat? What is happening? Are we going to get in trouble with someone? It's so hard to take it all in, but we have to move things quickly, Master Hand said. It's the only way I can prepare you three for what's to come. Us three? Nana said. The Hand pointed at the three children, and they realized Chris and Lucario weren't among the counted ones. Hey, wait! Why aren't they... They already know and have fought this threat I mentioned, Master Hand interrupted, surprising the children and embarrassing the teen. It's thanks to them they managed to save Ness from dying in their hands. Oh, that's great. So, half that introduction was fucking pointless because Master Hand turns up and explains it was redundant almost immediately. That's great. I'm so glad I wasted my time with that. What? Ness? Dying? Popo said each word louder than the previous one. I so need a little time to understand what's going on here. Fine. I guess we can spare some explanation time, the Hand said, but turned around. We will have to do that while I take you to what will become our centre of operations, which I haven't shown to the veterans who fought this threat. Do I have your consent you will help us? We haven't decided, Nana said. I'm very interested, though. I just heard Ness was about to die. I need to know what's going on here. Yeah, me too, Popo said. I'm a little scared, but, Pichu meekly nodded. All right, follow me, everyone, the Hand told them as he started floating away. Oh shit, I gotta finish this chapter. You must be informed of what will happen in the next days. The newcomers were frightened by what the Hand was hiding from them, but they followed his trail, full of curiosity at what was trying to end them all so suddenly. Just as he was about to leave, Chris remembered the leftover bacon strips meant for Pichu and quickly put them on a plate. He rushed up ahead, passing Lucario, who had remained behind to wait for him, and presented the food to Pichu. For me? Wow, thank you! I forgot I was hungry. Pichu happily took the plate larger than his body and miraculously managed to balance it with both hands. He used his mouth to pick the food occasionally and relished in the taste as they made their way to the room Master Hand was taking them. The Ice Climbers joined your team. Pichu joined your team. Did anybody hear that? Popo wondered aloud.
Shrug it off,
Lucario advised, shuddering. To be continued. Next chapter, Talon 4 Adventures. What the fuck? Would you like to save your data? Yes. Overwrite file? Yes. Smash Mansion, Chris Lucario, Ice Climbers, Pichu. The reason why the Ice Climbers were added without visiting their world is because, well, I can't really make much about climbing an endless, mountain. They're the only ones who don't have much of a plot going on, but the rest are still busy with their things. Their development doesn't end, but start. Chris hasn't had a chance to really get to know them. For you veteran readers, is that what I am now? Okay. It's all been worth it just to call me a veteran reader. You may have already noticed the major changes for the beginning chapters. Instead of the duo going it alone, they get to have more allies, despite the fact said allies aren't so hardcore in attitude, and explore more worlds together. It will help the narrative to get longer. It really needs that. I encourage everyone to review, or else you will never get a bacon impression ever again. Oh, God forbid. By the way, I'm done making notes for chapters in this place, peeving people from me breaking rules. As such, updates about the story will be sent through my Twitter page, AuraGuyChris. I gotta follow that. So go there for a very easy way to contact me and watch how silly I am about today's events. Oh, you jokester. Warning, the next chapter is not the same in quality as the previous chapters. Thank fuck. Do not advance unless you're completely sure you want to see how much of a writing wreck I was years ago. Oh, it's shit. Okay, that's good. Skip to around chapter 120 if you want to have some consist quality. Oh, fuck. How many chapters are there again? Oh, boy. Okay. I think I have a while to wait before it starts becoming apparently good again. So apparently it goes really downhill.